This is the video that's breaking the internet. Hashtag Citadel scandal. Let's make sure that you guys are acquainted with just the most important parts. About 90 seconds. I need you guys to watch this video to the end. Not only do we have random runaways, unknowns like DWAC and PHUN, just kidding, we've known about them for weeks, but we also have the reason why there is truly a culture of manipulating the market and getting away with it. Find out how to be rich if you are already rich and prevent anyone else from being rich. That is what we are going to cover today. Here is the vital segment from that video, and I'm going to break it down from my perspective as a data scientist. Here I'm in Silicon Valley with Professor Meatball, who he's sleepy, but he would like you to make sure that you have liked this video to get it out to as many people as possible and play it. Play this video all the way to the end, because all of that is important to make sure that you guys know what is happening with the stock market. Take a look, November 2021, Charles Gradante, Hennessy Group LLC co-founder. Let's take a listen as to what exactly he is revealing about Citadel scandals.
And that's the typical short selling, but that's not what happened with GameStop. It did in the beginning, but when the shorting got out of hand on the hedge fund side of the fence, the market makers created synthetic shorts. The synthetic shorting and naked shorting, which is illegal. A market maker can execute naked shorts insofar as they're facilitating a trade. They're not to facilitate someone shorting a position for an extended period of time. So
1 year and counting. You guys are currently listening to how American stock markets are rigged against the 99% in favor of the already rich. We are currently talking about a year's worth of preventing the common people, retail traders like you and me, from participating. And he is going to tell you that there are legitimate reasons for why shorts exist in the first place. There might even be legitimate reasons for a naked short in some universe, but this is not how they are being used.
So the regulators are looking at that now as to whether or not there was this naked shorting by the market makers on behalf of the hedge funds in order to facilitate the shorts. And I think they're going to uncover that there were some issues there, which gets me to a final point. I'll give it back to you. The penalty for naked shorting is really not significant enough to stop it. Citadel and Goldman and all of the players get fined constantly for doing this. As long as it's not intentional, and it never is intentional, they get fined. And I think one of the things we need to do is discuss increasing the fines for this lapse of memory.
We've already talked about this in our live chats, which we just streamed today, but we have to remember, should we even allow these participation if you continue to break the rules? For example, you keep hitting someone in the face with a dodgeball, maybe instead of paying a fine, stop all dodgeballs from being in contact. Just allow the bad players to know that this kind of behavior just won't happen again, because you won't allow them to play again. Let's keep listening.
And inefficiency in the system to the point where people wake up and pay attention. Right now, the fines are insignificant.
So right now, the fines are insignificant. Millions of us are fighting for fair markets and exposing the truth. The end of the day, you guys have to understand that when AMC and GME were following the data since January of 2021, you probably have realized that this was not only the surface of an iceberg, but far below it, an investor revolution is taking place. So how do we know exactly where the shorts interest lies? For example, let's take a look at EAR. All right, this is a stock with 184% short interest change in just the last few days. This is about a day's worth of data that is constantly live changing, updates from Thursday to today at 7 a.m. Eastern. All right, so Ortex is giving us that information right up front. AMC, how we've been tracking it, is taking a look at Ortex, but understanding that shorts are not obligated to cover. They are not obligated to report, and they are not obligated to cover. You just keep paying. However, that is the best part of it, is that they must cover, not obligated, must. At the end of the day, people are changing that narrative around and making it harder to understand exactly where the must versus obligated to, that fine line, is delineated. Take a look at around 90 million short for AMC just tracked. That's nearing that 20%, much more than sufficient for Volkswagen squeeze, but we know that there is more. In fact, we just heard why there is more. I want to make an entire video about how the rich get richer, about how the pervasive parts of society get together. I want to be able to have a conversation about whether Congress is financially transparent. Well, according to this document, 182 top congressional staffers are violating federal conflict of interest laws. If you guys are interested in a video like that, comment down below. I want to hear what you guys are interested in, because at the end of the day, you go right down here, you press one of these people, they might have violated just a portion of whatever the obligation that they have to the United States, but also to the fair economy. But then you have people on the fringes of that side, taking a look at the violations totaling near $9 million. That's just from one person. Sorry if this is your representative, but you probably should know. Taking a look at that data, I'm interested in understanding why it is that we have had call options. Some of you have been following the Pelosi trades from Nancy Pelosi's husband, up to $3.5 million worth in the last month. Alphabet, Roblox, and Disney. We tracked whether or not those purchases are currently in the green. 3 out of 5 of them are not. However, Micron, here's down here, Micron Technology is up a significant amount, even despite the current red alert on the stock market. So make sure that you guys are paying attention to our board on the side, because we constantly track the winners and losers, such as PHUN. Let's see, DWAC up 20% today, up continuing in the after hours. PHUN up 20% as well. These were last minute runners, basically on the power hour. So if you guys don't want to miss out, thank the alerts from ChatterQuant, which you can find in the description down below, and from Lux Algorithm, those buy and sell signals. I'm interested in what you guys are here to listen to. So if you guys had any questions, drop them in the comments below, and know that we are back 2022 in a big way, constantly grinding on that financial freedom journey. So if you guys have not yet, make sure to subscribe. And if this video was interesting, drop a like. Thanks to those of you who make this show possible, the Moon Platoon Grillionaire and Meatball the Space Legends. Sleepy Meatball here is going to sign off for the day, and we'll see you in the money. Peace.